So, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon ma'am. I'm Sandara A. Bugarin. I'm the 6th presenter of Group 2. So, before we start, I have a little motivation and if you know the answer, kindly raise your hand. So, the motivation is simple words. So, number 1.
This theory describes an entrepreneur as a person who, along with the production and distribution of goods, undertake business risks and risks. Neoclassical theory.
Alam mo, galing! Naisip mo pala yung team.
Next. Yung question is, it refers broadly to any state in the economy where forces are balanced.
Equilibrium tayo yan.
Oh, tama. Number 3, January.
Alfred Marshall.
So now let's proceed to our topic. So our topic is all about the classical theory of entrepreneurs. So kindly read.
The neoclassical theory of entrepreneurs contradicted with the classical model based on the proposition that the value of good does not depend solely on the cost of production, supply side, but also the demand side of the closed economy, equilibrium, demand and supply determine price as well as economic growth.
Okay, so sabi na dyan, yung classical theory of entrepreneurs is contradicted. So when we say contradicted, is opposite siya ng classical model. So kapag sinabi natin yung classical is by innovating and taking risks. Unlike sa classical model is, kinukonsider lang nila is yung physical and economic needs. And naka-operate lang sa through the interaction of labor and capital. And sabi na dyan, ang value ng goods is does not depend on the cost of product or supply side, but also the demand. So yes, di ba? Kasi the value of goods is determined not only by their production cost, but also by the demand. So tulad na lang ng mga, yung kagustuhan ng mga consumers, and kung ano ba yung mga trends sa market, ganon. So, and equilibrium. So when we say equilibrium is, ang supply at demand is kailangan balance. So, di ba may mga taong tumatawa because of higher prices? So, kapag ang producer at consumers nagkasundo sila sa isang presyo, is, ayun yung tinatawag na equilibrium. Kasi ang supply at demand is balance. So as you can see is may surplus at saka shortage. So ang surplus, yun naman yung mas mataas yung quantity ng supply kaysa sa quantity ng demand. It means marami yung product na binibenta sa market kaysa sa mga bumibili. So hindi siya katog para sa mga consumers. And the shortage naman is, yan naman yung mas mataas naman yung quantity ng demand kaysa sa quantity ng supply. It means patok yung product sa mga consumers. Yan yung to the point na naubusan na sila ng kanilang paninda. So, yun yung surplus at saka shortage. So, next, kindly read at Elma Gonzalez.
Wow. The principle of diminishing marginality that drives entrepreneurial engagement. From a neoclassical perspective, entrepreneurs must consider the decreasing satisfaction of customers as moral units of a good customer.
Okay, so when we say marginal utility is the added satisfaction of the consumers. Yan yung benefits na nakukuha ng mga consumers sa mga binibili nila. So, because of the law of diminishing marginal utility is, as you more consume, the marginal utility is can be decreases. Kapag ang isang tao is na-consume ng higit pa sa isang item, yung marginal utility is pwede siyang bumaba. So, yun po yun. And sabi na dyan is, bilang sa negosyante is kailangan din i-consider yung decreasing satisfaction. So, for you, John Ray, bakit kailangan consider yung decreasing satisfaction?
Yung
Yung bilang isang negosyante, di ba, nagbebenta ka nga. So, di ba minsan, yung may limit din, yung pagbibigay ng mga kakasaya ng mga consumers. Yung parang sa presyo, kumbaga.
Yung pressure kailangan mo i-decrease.
Oo.
So, doon naman sa pag-decrease ng isang product is dapat depende siya kung kunwari yung buyer is marami siyang ginawa, pwede mo babayin yung presyo kasi kung ano din naman sila, kung yung pilang ikaw seller ka, di ba? Parang kunwari seller ka. So kailangan yung dapat yung price lang ng product is dapat yung saktuhan na, pero hindi naman gano'n mo siya itong pababa. Dapat sakto lang yung parang 10% lang yung product mo is parang mapupunta din sa yung reseller.
So yes, thank you. And syempre, bilang isang negosyante, di ba? Kailangan yun yung pinaka-important na minomonitor nila and pina-priority. So next slide, can we read Ellen, who is
The method of production is direct instead of roundabout with the same assumption that entrepreneurs have knowledge of consumer needs before production of goods takes place. This knowledge consists of product or service demand among population segments or socio-economic demographic characteristic of consumers.
Okay, so thank you. So, sa yung classical economics is isa din yan sa paraan ng production. Para, so familiar ba kayo sa word na roundabout? Roundabout ba yun? Kasi so when we say roundabout kasi, is yan yung mga parang journey ng mga entrepreneurs, yung mga entrepreneurs.
Ano yun din?
Para ayan yung roundabout. The roundabout of entrepreneurship refers to the journey that entrepreneurs take, which often involves navigating through various twists, turns, and expected challenges. So yan yung may mga napagdadaanan sila na hindi nila inaasahan. Ganun. Parang, kung may idea kayo, yung roundabout. May idea ka about sa roundabout?
Roundabout.
Kasi,
yung definition?
ayun, inuna eh. Yung mga may pinagdadaanan. Yung parang journey ng mga entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs.
Parang sa tingin ko yun yung mga sa nag-i-start pa lang ng business.
Oo.
Siyempre, hindi na pwedeng travel.
Okay, may mga twist pa sila na
Sa
pagdadaanan.
journey nyo talaga is kailangan period.
Dictionary ko. Ay!
Meron na ba?
Meron pa dyan, Paul.
Sabi kasi dyan, the assumption that the developers have knowledge of consumer needs before production of goods. So, bawa mag-start lang nito, siyempre, linito mo kung mga kailangan ng consumer. So, yung sinasabi yan. Tapos, this knowledge into the product or service demand ng population. At the same time, kung dati ang mga negosyo, dapat mas matawag. Kasi naman pagkatayo ka rin sa walang gamit, siyempre, walang bibili.
Thank you. So next,
Sabi may sinasabi si Ellen, but I have of technology daw, sabi niya.
No, dadalhin ko lang yung explanation dyan. Siguro one of the example of that is the San Plaza, di ba? Kasi malayo siya sa bayan, so nakikita niyo naman yung as a result, but halos wala sila nagbibenta or walang gusto sa kanila kasi sobrang layo ng place. Kung San Plaza sa bayan, kumbaga, parang depende sa tao kung lalakarin pa nila yun or may dinadaan nila. Kasi dito sa bayan, andyan na lahat eh. So, ano pa kahanapin nila? Doon. So, mas better if dito nila sa kanila.
So thank you. So another pa daw pinag
Actually, sa plaza, kahit nakikita mo siya, walang pumapasok. Marami kasi pumapasok dito na hindi lang lalos nakikita. Kasi sa plaza, more on sila dyan, ang tawag ko, wholesale, yung bentahan nila dyan sa kanila. Mas mura sa kanila. So, yung mga pupunta dyan is yung mga ginagosyo sa kanila ay tindahan nila dyan. So, kahit sa amin, sinasabi nila, di ba, meron na sa bayan pang pure gold, meron market, mas focus na lang muna sa marketing. So, makaka-break out sa mga.
Thank you. So, next is Alfred Marsha. So, kindly read. Okay.
Yung una natin.
Dito na lang sa
Last name. Alfred Marshall emphasized the demand and supply, determined the price and output of a good. He theorized the interplay of demand and supply to reach equilibrium. However, failed to explain how profit occurs at equilibrium. He examined the fundamental entrepreneurial functions preceded and establishment of an enterprise and extends to entrepreneurial motives, personal characteristics, and the justification of profit as special reward. His theory presents a realistic theory of entrepreneur which incorporates demand and supply factors into a single identified body of knowledge.
So, si Alfred Marshall is isa siyang prominent economist of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. In that emphasized the principles of supply and demand in determining the price and output of goods. So sabi niya dyan, siya yung nag-emphasize ng demand and supply para ma-determine kung ano ba yung presyo ng isang output ng goods. So according to Alfred Marshall is, ang supply and demand is like a scissors blade daw. So pareho sila ang importante kasi kapag nag-interact sila is work together. Diba? Kapag walang supply, di syempre walang demand. Kaya kapag may demand, kapag walang demand, wala rin supply. So ayun.
Thank you.
Hindi meron.
Math.
So, ayun. And then, interplay of demand and supply to reach equilibrium. So, syempre, ma-reach natin ang equilibrium kung may supply at demand. Yan yung tinatawag na, yung equilibrium yung tinatawag na yung balance, di ba? Balance yung supply at saka demand. And, according to Alfred Marshall is, parang nag-failed siya kung paano daw nagkaroon ng tubo sa equilibrium. Parang may kakulangan pa din sa theory ni George. Sa theory ni Alfred Marshall. And the entrepreneurial functions is or aspect of entrepreneurship that suggests a broad scope including research for starting a business. So, syempre, kapag mag-umpisa kang mag-business is, you have enterprise and the delivery profit as a reward for risk taking. So, syempre, di ba yung profit, is yan yung special reward na sa atin. Yung mga, parang natitira dun sa benta natin, yun yung magiging tubo natin dun sa And the other result is more on realistic yung theory niya. Sa pamagitan ng pagsama ng factors ng demand and supply is pinapakita din yung kanyang theory kung paano yung mga entrepreneur is kung ano ba yung product or service na gagawin natin. Ipapagpili niya based sa mga needs ng mga consumers. Or on the other hand, give importance na ang pag-ekonomiya ng mga entrepreneur is pag-establish ng mga presyo at nabigay ng product. And also yung mga pangangailangan sa market. So, yun lang po.
Nilista ang top niya, Ben. Ang top niya. Nakapano ba yung top 10, top 10, top 10?
O, top